Hello everyone, it's Mike Levin. Wednesday, May 18th, around 9 a.m. I'm on my last leg of my approach to the office, but I thought I'd capture an idea that I kept running into over the past couple of days as I was going through the systematic rebuild of my two development platforms. My very lightweight one, Levinix, that has just a 60 megabyte total software footprint that runs as a virtual machine on the desktops of Macs and Windows and other Linux machines, versus my more heavyweight, I guess, desktop OS development environment, which could be on Windows under Cygwin or Anaconda. It could be on a Mac, or it could be on a Linux platform like Ubuntu. I currently happen to be using Kubuntu, which is Ubuntu with the KDE and the Plasma 5 desktop, which is supposed to be one of the most polished ones right now, so I thought I'd give it a try. But there's two particular dependencies that carry with it larger challenges than all others, and that is LXML, which is required for, say, grabbing title tags. Not required, but it's a preferred method of grabbing title tags out of HTML code by addressing it with an XPath. And then the other is NumPy, on which many other things are built, including SciPy and Pandas. And that's different because it requires the compiler toolchain at the moment you install it, in order to get optimized, an optimized package. It does a little bit of C compile to give you the best code for your particular hardware, because the kind of number crunching that NumPy and things built on it do rely on that. LXML, on the other hand, is an XML parser that similarly to NumPy, whereas NumPy works with tabular data, spreadsheet looking stuff, relational database looking stuff, LXML works with less rigidly structured data, less tabular. It could be any hierarchical shape, usually well-formed, following the rules of XML, but not always, because it allows a little bit of loosey-goosiness with things like beautiful soup and alternative parsing methods. But at any rate, LXML and NumPy are similar in that they're large data, number crunching, turning things that are in either database sources or file systems into objects in memory to do large-scale manipulations and transforms on. And those are pretty easy to get installed on a Unixy or Linuxy desktop, and you know, are pretty big at the end result, but let you do some pretty neat stuff. They're not so easy to get on a tiny little, 10 megabyte version of Linux, which is what Levinix is, tiny core. All that other stuff is the rest of the supporting files, but the OS itself is just about 10 megabytes. And it's tough to get those dependencies installed because things like, you don't have the compiler toolchain necessarily on that tiny virtual machine, nor would you want to trigger it off of the installation of NumPy. So things like NumPy are already in the software repository for Tiny Core Linux, pre-compiled, ready to just pull down as a ready to plug in extension binary, but only for Python 2, and I'm switching to Python 3. So these are the types of things I'm resolving now in sort of re-platforming myself to Python 3 on both my big and small development platforms. I anticipate a few challenges, but none insurmountable. Anyway, I thought I'd capture that concept just so that people know the tiny bit of stuff I'm doing leading into my next big endeavor of Python, Linux, Pipulate tutorials. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.